The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances. Now enjoy the show.
We are here. Oh my gosh, we're all in this right spot too. Holy moly. I don't know how I pull that one off.
That was good. I didn't even have to adjust us.
Holy moly.
Yes.
I don't know what's going to happen next week, but it worked this week. So,
hey, y'all.
Hey, what's
Just
going
the small
on?
things. Just the small things.
How y'all feeling today?
doing all right, bro. How about you?
Good. Can't complain at all.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Honestly speaking, I'm kind of disappointed.
What's going on?
Yeah.
You think you about to cry?
Well, he got the Joe Jackson hat on, so he about to get mad. So you only wear that hat when you're
Yeah.
mad or 40.
Yeah,
Wow.
literally, people who wear hats like this, we don't know how to translate our sadness. we just always comes out as anger. But
All you need is a tank top, sir. You need the beater on. That would make you complete.
So why are you
you're wearing a Kango hat with a white beater is just
diabolical?
Yes.
diabolical. especially with like the free 99 underarm sweat stains.
Oh, I guess all you're missing now is socks and
That's all
sandals.
you need.
Under y'all.
That's it. I look like I'm either gonna be on a grill or it's gonna be a tough night for my wife. Like,
Oh, what's up, Mike?
We're off to a good start. Right on.
but no, man. The reason why I'm disappointed is because like there are people that really in this lifetime believe that there is a such thing as Black privilege.
That's what I said. That's what I said in the chat. I was like, it's invisible. But anyway, we'll get in that.
So, but we all can't agree. Like all four of us can't agree. So I feel like I'm about to have to take the other side on this one. And
No, sir.
It's gonna be hard.
No, sir. Actually, me and you are probably in lockstep today because I was like, okay.
The day.
So who believes that there is a Black privilege?
We have to create it.
We have to create it.
We have to create it.
But that doesn't mean that it already exists. That means that there needs to be created.
It needs to be created. Exactly.
All right, so let's tell them what this show title is before we get, because I don't think anything's getting done today.
Wait,
Today's show title is what does Black privilege look like?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
That's the show title.
Okay, never mind.
It
Got
sounds
it out of the way.
but it's really not.
What is really not?
Anything can be created, right?
Okay, my thing is, so you're saying it can be created. It needs to be created. All right, cool.
Yeah.
We can agree on that part. But there's nothing in existence for it today that we are able to, well, as far as America goes, that to where we are actually no, as far as in any nation goes, that we can just say that, hey, this is where we can draw an example from, that this is what Black privilege is supposed to look like within our own community. I mean, we could try to look at other communities and be like, oh, okay, well, what white privilege is and try to, draw from that. But there's nothing like it that has ever been seen before that, like that we could actually be drawn upon and be like, oh yeah, that's what Black privilege looked like and that's what it's supposed to be.
And this is why we are having this conversation.
I'm about to say, and that's exactly why we're here.
Because
all hands on deck, sister. Hell yeah.
What's
Like,
the different kinds of blacks? What is the options here? Are all blacks included?
I
well, you
mean,
do have people who are not considered black, like Latinos, Chicano, stuff like that, where
Well,
they
but that's
look
what I'm
like
asking. So,
okay.
Yeah, but my thing
give
is how,
more
but
definition.
okay, because that's going to be tough too. Because if you start to take into consideration those people as well, those who are blessed with more melanin, they and how they get treated, you know what I mean? Like, how does black privilege extend to them if they don't have an idea of what the black experience is? Especially if we're talking about black, we're talking about the racial construct of black within America.
Mhm.
We're not talking, so, but the thing is, those other people have in fact experienced a form of that, you know what I mean? Like what that
Mhm.
looks like. If they were to walk down the street in America today, not open their mouth, you don't hear the accent or nothing, they would in fact be considered black, but they, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm trying to like that's the thing that I'm trying to like if we're gonna go ahead and say
It
we're gonna
gets
create it,
complicated.
right? So if we're gonna say we're gonna create it, then who are
Yeah,
we all gonna who all gets
it
a
is.
portion of this?
Yeah.
Well, once we get to what it is and what we're going to create, then we can figure out what that's going to look like.
Okay. All
All
right,
right.
well, hey everybody,
Definition?
welcome to Running with Scissors.
Not as deep as y'all are making it, but because it's kind of really simple to be honest. But we'll get into that a little bit later.
I think you brought up some good points. I
Yeah,
love it
I
because
love
we are a more inclusive type of people. We're not so discriminatory. We don't think like that.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's what we're
but that's our problem right there, right? That we're so inclusive because there's so many different people that in across this world that would love to be exclusive and make sure that there's literally been this history of people literally breeding out melanin so that they could be passing. You know what I mean? Like that, like it's so it's hard for that's an issue for me. So I mean, don't get me wrong. I totally agree that we need to have it, but there's also another topic I'm gonna bring into to y'all. Where should it be? Should it be in America? Should it be overseas? Should we even still be inside of a land that says to us and literally looks at us and says, and yeah, you know what? Nah, we're gonna make your lives even harder. What?
Mhm.
because their ancestors decided to build what is America because this skin contains more melanin. Oh, wait, I don't all right.
See,
I mean, for
So,
for as long as we can remember, we have been trying to be included into whatever's going on in the world. We have been trying to be a part of that
mhm,
and be included in that.
mhm.
But why can't we create our own table?
but the thing is, because and I'm part of the problem because I've been the person that says, hey, let's have our own tables created. And also, let's make sure that we have representatives at other people's tables. Other
Mhm.
people's tables they're clearly saying that, okay, well, the representative that you send us, we're going to sit them inside these seats that have splinters, that have holes, and we're going to make them feel lesser than that.
Right.
And then not only that, but we're also going to come to your table. We're going to set it on fire.
Mhm.
Dog, did you guys know that in Philadelphia in the 80s, they literally burned down a African American neighborhood?
Yo,
Yeah.
I just saw something the other day. There was
I-
a list of cities.
I have been,
How about there's several cities.
There's a lot.
dog.
Is one of them in New York.
Dog. That when I say I'm like, dog, the 80s that's not that far ago.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? Like,
Water.
I'm about to say they still burning cities. You see California. I'm just saying.
no, but that's natural, and then and also crazy people that be doing too much.
That
But
wasn't
that's-
natural.
That's
A
not
portion of it is
Allegedly.
natural. Another portion
not
of it
rich
is
yet,
people
Penny.
that are not.
Allegedly,
yeah,
we're not rich yet, Penny. How about no? How about
Yeah.
no?
Yeah.
How about
We're
no? We're
not-
not rich yet. We're working on
Yeah.
it. We're not yet.
So yeah, so when we don't worry, we know we're gonna we'll know we've made it when one of our studios is in Cali and we like, oh, they burnt it down. All right. That's how we all know that we've all made it. All right. When we all just like,
He got his old studio.
dang, man, one
And,
of our
and
speakers
it's gonna
got
be like, oh, we can't get it covered by insurance. Damn.
dang. Well, all right.
But
Damn,
E,
so-
you bring up a good point that I be really hoping that we get into. I mean, just not even just
Mhm.
tonight, but in general, because as Black Americans, African Americans, we're not African enough to be accepted in Africa. Okay, and we too Black to be accepted as American. So because when we go to other countries, they look at us like weak, wasteful people.
Yes.
Because we are.
But
Compared
Penny,
to them. We
but-
don't
but-
have a history. We don't have a place to call home.
But Penny,
So
I have
we
to.
don't.
But Penny, I have to push back on that because I'm Nigerian American.
Right.
I grew up in a Nigerian household, and I've watched as my father, my mother were bridge builders when it came to uh Black Americans and Nigerian Americans or other people, just different cultures and communities. And I can speak to the fact that it literally depended on where you were. Yes, children, if you was in school, you're gonna be called the African booty scratch or whatever. But then that was gonna happen. But the thing is, when it came to like the actual issues that we faced, dog, the people that were putting us down in America didn't look like us. They didn't look like us. They looked like the other side. You know what I mean? They look like the other
Right.
side. So it doesn't. So for us, I get it. I get the thought process where people are like, yo, you know what? I'm not African. I'm Black, or I'm not. All these different mindsets. But I
Right.
truly, wholeheartedly believe that is something that was literally a part of the plan by the others to continue to separate us, and that thought process is literally it just gets continued. And the thing is, for those who came from a day and age where where they endorsed it, right now it's like no, we can't even think or speak like that anymore because of the fact that, hey, we need each other so much more now than ever. And as time continues to pass, it becomes an even, like, dog, the pot just gets bigger and bigger. Like, these are all the needs that we need to meet for one another so that we all can thrive instead of just living. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Instead of just surviving
agreed.
day to day.
Can-
You know?
But can I ask you a question? Just one question. Where do we start?
The start,
Right
dog. The start is literally here, and then all the
starting. It's
conversation.
This conversation.
But
Right.
Because I was hoping you guys said that. Because I was ready to turn the podcast off. I'm like, all right, I'm out. I'm glad we got that out of the way. Because as long as we're doing solutions, then we're helping. Because if we get on here and regurgitate stuff that people already know, then we kind of lost the battle.
But I think that
Absolutely.
sometimes, even though we know it, it doesn't mean
Mhm.
that we're doing it. So
Right.
sometimes it needs to be repeated.
It does.
And repeated.
I'm on the
And
podcast.
These are
we
different
do-
perspectives. Like you said, the different areas we have different. Because all right, you know what? When we were talking to, what is his name, Javari?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right.
His trauma came from people who look just like us.
Yes.
You know? And I
Right.
remember that being in the neighborhood, and you know what I'm saying? Like I remember
Mhm.
seeing that, going through that too. So it's like it does call. It's like my children's father. He's Jamaican, but he was called an African booty scratcher. That's not even the same country. It's like, what is wrong
Right.
with you? And, you know what I'm saying? So we do continue to traumatize each other.
Yes,
You know,
Absolutely.
we are the main culture out of all of them who has no home, no history, no boundaries, and no community. We don't trust each other. We don't hold
Right.
each other's hand. We'd rather stick to ourselves or go elsewhere. We do not have a sense of community as Black people, whether that's African Americans or not even tainted. I don't want to say tainted, but just blended families. Because once if they can see it, then yes, you're an African American now.
Right.
We have so many different levels to our discrimination amongst ourselves. We really
think-
are still filled with a lot of self-hate.
I think that one of the things that we need to start doing is really just changing what the belief is. Like, it seems as if like there's still like a thought process that, oh, Africa doesn't want us. Dog, they're literally saying, come to Ghana. We will let you in
I'm
for
about to say, I
free.
see the land.
Like it's literally there are people that there are other countries in Africa that are literally saying, no, please come back. Please, let's bring back all of our doctors, all of our lawyers, all of our architects, all of our own, and let's literally develop our own areas out there. That way we don't have to rely on so many other outside influences and resources. And
So what if
and
you're
I'm
not an architect?
well, hey dog, even if he's just there are people that there's a job that is you don't have to be just the top of the top. You just have to just be there. You just
You
have to
have to
literally
want to. That's
Well,
want
I wanted
you
to
just have to
clarify that because that sounds pretty ambiguous. To say, hey, take all your talent, move it over here. So I just wanted to know whether it was all inclusive. I may work
yes,
you
of
have to
at
course.
want
Hardee's. You know what I'm saying?
to.
Dog,
Yeah.
you could have been there working at Hardee's, dog. Then just literally go out, go find you a spot. Man, I almost made a terrible joke about Africa, but I'm
See,
gonna
I'm
just
glad
keep
you
it.
caught that.
I
Yeah.
almost made a terrible
I'm
joke.
glad you caught
Go
I
out,
had
just
to
go.
I had the disclaimer right there.
Let's
I was just like
yeah.
the thoughts
Let's
and views.
just
I was like, ooh, I'm about to
let's
hit that
just
button.
let's just go ahead and let's just
No, sir.
We didn't. We
No,
didn't.
yeah
sir.
We didn't even, did we do the intro? No, we did the intro.
yeah no
So
we
Yeah,
got to
came out the gate running.
yeah my bad
indeed.
I
because
mean,
this is
like we might just keep going.
Yeah.
I think that the privilege the well if we're going to continue the conversation then let's go ahead let's delve into this one part right here real fast. I think that
Right.
it changing that basic mindset of saying, oh well, all I did was such and such in America, so what am I going to do in Africa? Dog, do the same thing but in a different space and let your dollar go further. Like that's all it is. Like
Mindset that I feel like has to change because there's well, if I do this, it's not going to change anything. Well, if I do this, what's going to make a difference?
you being there makes a difference.
Yes.
Like you having your own, like let's say you go out there, so many people were able to discover who they were, the things that they were actually into, and they all changed their lives just by off of just changing, just doing something different. You know what I mean? And if in fact you decide that, hey, you know what, this is my time, that I'm gonna go ahead and figure something out for myself and do something different, then literally just do that. You can, it's not impossible. It's just that we make it seem like it's improbable due to the fact that all the structures that are out here and that pervasive mindset of, hey, they don't want us out there. No, dog, gone up. That's gone. That's been gone. Honestly, it was always underlying there. It's kind of like having that mean cousin that make jokes all the times, except that he makes jokes in a really, really thick African accent. And he's just really, but he still wants you to know, hey, we still cousins. Like we're family. We're still going to get through this together. That's all it is.
Sir, I hear the Nigerian border travelers on the phone. They want to give you a bonus or a raise or something like that. Because it sounds like that. It does. It kind
It
of
really
does. I ain't gonna
does.
hold
It
you.
really does. It really do. But I really just I'm so much more like I really want us to really consider each other more family than ever because of, like I said, how I was raised and what I saw my family do. You know what I'm saying? Like it
So
really, and also
is
because of
that
the
our
fact
Billy
that
Blocks, the
And
privilege of treating each other like an extended family versus just people?
That
that's
falls
what
in
it.
line to what Black privilege is. It's not this. It's not. That's exactly what it is. What you're saying.
Recognizing each other,
Recognizing each other, building each other up, empowering each other,
supporting each other,
and supporting each other,
Yes.
bringing each other up. That's what it is.
being honest.
We don't do enough of that. We have to privilege
Honest.
each other. So what I have, I can share or give to you.
Here's my issue. What you guys are saying is privilege is not privilege to me. That's
What-
just a basic human
But
decency
it's not
thing.
being done.
It's a basic human decency thing, especially when it comes to us. You just said that we are all so inclusive. Dog, well, why are we not including each other?
But that's
Like,
That's where
Like-
that healing has to come from.
but
And
that's what I'm
the
saying.
vulnerability, the being honest. And yes, it is basic human thing, but common sense it's not common.
thank
It's
you.
not at all. People, we are so
This true.
we are being
This true,
conditioned.
but we still have not changed the name from common sense. It's
But see,
still named
I see
common
uncommon
sense.
sense. I see uncommon sense when you hear me talking because
You-
it ain't common at all. But no,
That's
but
true.
we do have to change
good.
the dialogue, and we do have to start somewhere because it is common human needs. You're completely right, E. Like, it's common needs. But for some reason, well, not some reason, we have been conditioned and broken down for so many different generations. We function in a place of chaos. We are completely desensitized. We don't have any empathy. We don't have no compassion, even towards our own. We are also like on survival mode. I just need to survive. I need to survive. But now this is real survival because we in trouble. We need to understand you can't do it by yourself. We need to build our communities and hordes, in groups, in villages, and we really need to start connecting. Like, we need to be honest with ourselves. We need to be like, look, I need help, and I want you to help. Like that. The privilege part comes when we start extending our hand on purpose and helping each other up. When you get out the neighborhood, take somebody with you.
Yes.
Bring the resources back. Like, don't just try to escape, because you're leaving us behind. You know, like, we need a helping hand. When you get to that table, bring someone else with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you share that knowledge and you give it back to us, because our community needs it. We have so many people that just can't wait to leave, and then they leave and they want to be the token. Sorry, Royal. I'm just saying.
You better figure out how to make it
It
too.
wasn't in so many places, but we just got the rug pulled up underneath us.
What did I do? I said nothing. What did I do? I was like, am I catching strays? Like, wait a minute, I am Black and Serafina. What are we talking about here, folks?
We just got the rug pulled underneath us. Like, it's about to get real aggressive.
Right.
We have to worry about inclusion with our own community. We're so busy trying to be included everywhere else.
While they're stealing everything we do.
And hello, you know.
Hey, look, I don't know if all of you guys seen that video, but it's like, yeah, we got like some lawsuits and things that we need to be looking at, because there's so many different things that have been stolen from us. As now, like in 2025, Black people, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm not. We are lazy. We do not want to work for other people. We want to work for ourselves. We don't. We have all this no list. And you need to put in the work. If we're going to build our community, we need to understand that there is work that needs to get done. Don't compare it to the other things in the corporations that have way more times on our backs to be established. We need to make sure that we work together from the ground up.
I will say this:
we have to get our hands dirty.
I mean, look at we got the global about to happen, the 28th. I mean, you know, people say, you know, you hear a lot of talk about it. Oh, it's not going to change anything. Well, how do we get to a place where it does change something? You know,
by aggressive strategic movements, consistency. Like, you know, like you said, with what we're having now, we're giving an answer. We can't just keep talking about it. I've been through so many, all of us, I'm sure we've been through different meetings and events where it's like it's 2 hours, it's maybe 3 hours, and you're talking, you're listening to someone speak, and then you do it like 5 minutes of networking, it's time to leave. That did nothing. Absolutely.
Okay.
Like, you need to start making strategic movements with actions. Like, today, we're going to go down here and build this shelter. Today, we're going to put these apartments and move people in there. Today, we're going to build a community garden. Like, straight up action plans. The conversations, yes, they are important, but we can't just keep still having conversations.
Yeah.
It needs to be actions and accountability.
It has to be action.
Well, I will say this, right? And I've seen it over the years. Everyone gets hyped up until they realize how much work it is. And I think that's a big problem, is people think too linear. They think that their energy, just because they're hyped on Friday, they're going to have the same energy on Saturday. When you're rebuilding something, it takes more time than just your hyper moment at that time. It's a mind frame. You have to change what's in here and here. So you can talk all the nonsense you want. And yeah, Target might use a couple $1 million on Friday. However, how do you feel on Saturday?
Right.
That's my question to everyone.
Yeah, I always say one day or anything
exactly
to make much of a difference. But you have to be consistent, as Penny stated. There has to be consistency. But we have to, you know, I hate to keep saying it, we have to start somewhere, because we've been starting somewhere. Like, every year, I think we do some sort of boycott every year. And then everything goes right back to the way that it was.
Oh yeah, there's one on the 28th. I almost forgot.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, the 28th. But I already started. I'm not just waiting for the 28th. I've already started doing certain things, because I mean, Target itself has lost so much money already. So that just goes to show you that there's power in numbers.
But why is it that? But okay, all right.
You about to say
I
what
feel
I'm
like,
thinking. Go ahead and say it.
yeah. No, I would go, why is it? Why just Target? Like,
No,
why?
I mean, it's not just Target, but that's where we started at.
No. I mean, like, why is it that everyone was able to, like, you know what I mean? Like, why haven't we already, like, it's
Because,
because
you
we
know,
all,
I realize that until people are faced with adversity is when they take action. So until something happens is when, okay, all right, it's time to do something. As long as nothing is happening, everybody's cool. All right, well, you know what? Nothing's happening. We got to stop that. We got
People
to
wait.
Right.
keep it going.
People waiting for receipts and comments too. You know, like when it's just when it's hearsay and they don't want to do it. It's not enough. But until you have somebody on camera making the wrong statement, okay, now let's replay it back. Okay, all right, now I want to be mad. There's plenty of reasons to be mad, but we are selective. We are selective.
Right.
Like I said, everybody falls in line. Right now, everybody wants to be a part of something. So you know what I mean?
Right.
People are going to be taking pictures and selfies, being like, I'm not going inside
Yes.
for Friday, but they're gonna be in there by Saturday and Sunday.
right.
As soon as another stimulus check comes, they're gonna give all their money right back over there. That
Oh
defeats the whole purpose.
yeah.
It
Y'all heard
defeats-
about
That
that
makes me
5,000?
laugh,
Y'all heard
right?
about that $5,000 from Elon Musk is talking about giving us because that's how much money he saved us from using the Department of the Government or something.
Firing people? For firing people? Okay. Sure.
Wow.
But
5,000.
Well,
I say it like this, right?
No, you have to pay attention.
I say it like this. All these companies don't really care about anybody but profit. They only do enough to make themselves compliant with the law of the land at that time. The only thing Target messed up on business-wise is they said it out loud because there's so many other companies that said F y'all and they just didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
But
The only one that
they're coming out now. We're seeing it.
So yeah. So now, yes, but what happens on Saturday and Sunday? Are you going to still have that same injury when eggs go back down to not being $10,000 a carton? Are you going to have that same energy? That's my question to people.
That's what we need to have. That's why the conversation that we're having is important, so that it's not just a one day.
See,
Yeah.
I want to add this while I'm getting called in for an emergency, so I'm gonna have to leave early. But I wanted to make sure that I said this where this conversation is about solutions, right? So one solution
right.
that I definitely want the audience to understand, and everyone that watches this replay, where the United Front Network, bring your resources to us. Like go to the website, sign up the information. You know what Black-owned businesses, brown-owned businesses, give us the information, the logos, the links, like sign up, because then that is a resource. We are a resource of collecting data and, you know, and community. We're doing it. This is action.
Indeed.
You can depend on us for actions. We're not here just trying to entertain you just for your entertainment. That's not why we just here. We here to actually help. We care and we want to support. So definitely, if you know of one, if you are one, come on through. Leave the information so that we can start this, because we need it.
And I think the idea is to keep going. I mean, of course, you know, we can't worry about so much what Saturday is going to bring, because today is today. Let's do what we got to do today and keep it going. And it, you know, if people fall off, somebody's going to keep it going. We just have to keep it going and keep encouraging and keep supporting and keep pushing. If we continue to do that, there will be change. So yeah, Saturday and Sunday is going to come, and then everybody that started off on Friday might not be there. But we worry about the people that are still there, still on the course.
No, but that's good though. We should make, when we make these plans, we gotta start looking bigger as people. We thinking that a day is gonna hurt. A day can hurt, but claim a week. Like, you know, let's claim a month. Let's give them 28 days that they did us. We're not doing X, Y, Z for 28. And how about we start learning how to communicate with the smoke signals, with the, you know what I'm saying, that Black unspoken language like we used to, because we're giving away our secrets. We talk too much. We think they can't see our plans on social media. Yes, they can. They are countering them all the time. So we have to develop a language like we used to have. We need to be able to really start being able to speak and move more strategically. Be sloppy with it.
That's true.
Gotcha. Oh, let's go to break real quick. So let's do that. Let's say organized, of course. So that's just what it is.
Commercial.
Yep.
Tap into your essence with a Divine Essence candle. Candles that soothe your soul and balance your chakras. Each candle has an affirmation inscribed on each jar to help you stay grounded, create balance and harmony. Use code DE20 for 20% off your first purchase at divineessence.us.
What up, peeps? RG from a United Front. Got a quick question for you. Have you always dreamed about podcasting, but you don't know where to start or what even platform to use? Well, I can answer one of them questions for you from the start. Make StreamYard your first investment in your podcast future. StreamYard's easy to use, and it allows you to go live on multiple platforms at once. So, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you can stream them all at the same time. Show us some love. That's my point. When you open up a StreamYard account, use that link below. That actually gives us some love so we can keep producing the same content, and you can also be using the same high quality technology we use to bring the content to your internet browser. So please and thank you in advance. Go StreamYard, go United Front. Talk to you later.
It's gonna be a party, y'all.
And we are back, better than ever. Running with scissors. I'm RG. I got Michelle with one L, and then my main man with the Joe Jackson Derby, Ezel Moon. I'm never gonna let that go. By the way.
Nah, never.
Never that. If you're just tuning in, tonight's topic is what does Black privilege look like? And this turned out as well as I thought it would, because we all have different points of view. But I think one thing we do know is stuff needs to change. We can't control nothing else. Stuff needs to change. And it can't just be a day. It has to be more than one day. Like
we have to be consistent. We have to be consistent. You know, we have to, create our own table. Stop looking for a seat at the table. But if you are going to look for a seat at the table, make sure that you use that seat wisely, not for your own personal gain. Sometimes having a seat at their table, what are you there for? Is it for selfish reasons or is it for your family? I mean, what are the reasons why you're there?
One thing that I've come to understand about when we send people to other people's tables to have the seats there, like you said, it can't just be for selfish gain, but I am understanding for like whenever you go over there, you have to at least be able to reap the benefits for yourself, especially if you are putting up with
for sure
all the other issues. I think that I just want to make sure like we're not demonizing or downplaying. Hey, you can be a little bit selfish while you're over there because you're the one that's over there. We need you there. You know what I mean? But you can't forget.
About being selfish is in a negative. I mean, of course, you have to take care of yourself because so you have to put yourself first to some degree. Yeah, because if you're messed up or you're jacked up, nobody else is going to be good. So selfish in that regard, I get that.
Well, Jay-Z said it best. I can't help the poor if I'm one of them, so I gave back to myself. That's the win-win.
Yeah.
So you have to build yourself up to be able to help others. You know what I'm saying? How do I have a food kitchen? I can't afford to put food in the kitchen to feed other people. It's simple as that.
And mindset has to change. We always think that change. Change is nothing going to happen, and because that's where a lot of us are, and I understand that because for so long we haven't seen anything happen.
Right.
But now in the climate that we're in, shit is getting real.
Getting? Ain't no getting.
Shit is real. No, shit is real right now.
That's getting, yes. Indeed.
it's a different thing. I mean, it's real. It's real. So we got to start thinking differently. We can't think the same like we used to think, even just a year ago.
All right. So Michelle, I ask you a question. If you had 5 of your friends and you could ask them to do one thing to start, what would you tell them? If it's one simple thing, it could be just as elaborate. Or what was the first thing you tell somebody if you had a group of people and they said, Michelle, what do we do? What's the first thing you're gonna tell them?
I would say is to support each other.
How does that look? Does that mean I'm paying people DTE bills? I'm giving them hugs? How does that support look?
No, that's not support.
No, I'm asking this specifically because these are specific questions. If we don't clearly define what we want, then how do we know how to get it? So we have to clearly define what we mean by help.
I feel like you have a business, I have a business, she has a business. Support each other's businesses. In regards, do that. Also, don't be afraid to. I just lost my whole train of thought.
Ask for help.
Don't be afraid to reach out. I'll finish that sentence for you.
Help. Yes, that's another thing. But also be willing to put the work in to help yourself.
Yeah.
Because I can't help you if you don't want to help yourself.
Yeah. Even in the same rule that we apply to a relationship about being better for yourself so that you can be better for your overall union. It's the same rule that you should apply to the community. Be your best self so that you can be your best self for the community as well. You always want to make sure that you're investing in what it is that you have. Well, that's for whether you have a business or you have a family. Invest in your mindset, invest in your wellness. That way you can show up and be present and available for everyone around you, everyone that's connected to you.
Agreed.
Like it's not simple though. You know what I mean?
No.
Especially if you're jaded by so many different things that have taken place, whether it be to you, to family, friends. And sometimes it's difficult, but it is always going to be, it's always going to be worth it. For sure, it's always going to be worth it.
Well, there's always going to be growing pains, bro. And that's one thing I don't think we go for the gusto, but we don't account for the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows, just like a relationship. Yeah, of course, when you first meet that person, or Ezel every 2 weeks when Ezel meets a new girl,
right.
he has 2 days to make sure she knows who she is and all that stuff. And then the next,
yeah, but see, look, if by day 5 you haven't brought another girl with you, like you know that this is definitely gonna be over by day 14. So
community.
I'm just community.
Yes.
Wait, you think my views gonna change about the community because I'm into ethical non-monogamy? That ain't changing. That ain't changing.
And I think that we defined what Black privilege is. I think that is people of color. They who they gonna see? You Black. You Black.
I don't know how you mean that. I'm like, wait a minute. What is going on? I don't know what we mean right now. Wait a minute. We are in uncharted territory, people, because I'm like, thanks? Question mark? Like, yo.
No, I'm just saying it applies to a multitude of people, not just African American.
Yeah.
So it covers all of that. All of those who have been affected by DEI. It's not just Black, it's women, it's the LGBTQIA, people of color. It's a lot.
If you're not a what is it, Protestant straight white male.
Hello. Hello. There you go.
Clearly.
Other than that. Everything other than that.
So Mr. Miller, I'm asking the same question I asked Michelle. You got a group of people, they say, Ezel, what do we do? Nice girl, by the way. But what do we do?
First off, you find me 2 girls, right? I'm joking.
Everybody,
no. The first thing that
Slow down, Noah. We don't need them in pairs right now. Slow down, Noah.
The first first thing that we do is like Michelle Bonell said, we transfer all of our resources, all of our funds to the community. We start by patronizing one another's businesses. We move into creating the things that we don't have, and literally staying within that. So everything, your doctors become people part of your community. Your lawyers become people a part of your community. You make sure that those who are not within the community but that look like us, you induct them into the community through conversations, through showing them that it's better over here, that they are needed. And we're not saying that, hey, stop your practice, but just continue to practice, but in a way that, when it comes to our own, you just treat them with a certain je ne sais quoi that the others tend to treat the others with. So, I would definitely advocate for that first. It can start by just being a small discount, or just including an extra service, and then you trade that same service. Like, let's say if there's a supermarket or a grocery store, and you shop there now because you switched from the others to this particular grocery store that's within the community, then you get more. You get a little bit more.
I'm going to push back on that just a bit, bro, because we kind of talked about literally 2 weeks ago. The price is the price, and we shouldn't be going to our own people looking for hookups.
But
so if anything, we should treat it with the same level and reference that we do any other thing.
But
that's my only pushback. I get what you're going with that.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that's only if we're doing if we're in a larger setting. What we're talking about is our specific community. We should also
about
understand
our individual village that we actually have control over.
So exactly. Then we should in fact still include bartering, trading, or having, and also setting aside a certain level of funds to help those who are a part of our community and need to be uplifted. Making sure that we also are able to create not only just the necessary not only creating those resources, but also creating those jobs as well. Because a job is actually, technically, a job is a resource. So yeah, we're literally just creating those resources for one another.
Brings me to my next question. Everyone knows that we're a community that our revenue only stays in our pocket 6 hours.
6 hours.
How in the hell are you telling me that I'm supposed to give money away that sets my own wallet on fire within 6 hours? How do we change that mindset? Where do we start at to start not being so liquid with our money? That's a good way to put
it. Well, that's how they view us.
We have to,
the numbers are the numbers. That's what we do.
The numbers are the numbers. But the thing is, we have to train ourselves in self-control. Self-control is going to be a real big thing. Discipline is going to be a real big thing.
We don't have to have the name brands. We don't have to have that to feel like we have made it, or that we're something, or that we're somebody, because we have those things. But that's where a lot of our money goes into things, because it's the image.
All right.
So we're buying our self-esteem technically.
But then the thing is, if that's the case, then or we capitalize off of it and literally just make sure that make our stuff the flyest thing ever. And make it to where people want to just invest and throw the funds into our stuff.
Black owned, like there's the sister that I know, Natasha Samaya. She does pocketbooks, and they're high end and they're really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I support that. It's like, we look at Gucci and Louis as we've made it because we've been able to buy it.
Yeah.
You know how much it costs to make a Louis Vuitton bag?
Yeah,
are we talking imports or just the raw making? Because it's dirt cheap. Trust me.
It's dirt cheap.
I deal with this stuff every day.
But so the import,
the logo and the privilege of being able to own it and wear it and what it makes me look like.
Absolutely.
Right.
So when we can get rid of that mindset, a lot of things will change.
Yeah.
A lot.
All right, Mr. Moon, you are up, sir. Tell the people where they can find you. Boom.
What's good? What's good, great people? I am Eza Moon, and you call me over here on Running with Scissors. Please make sure you guys join us here every Tuesday, same time, same place, an amazing channel. Definitely find me on IG at Eza Moon _ and over here on YouTube.com/C/the EMC. Love you guys. I enjoy this conversation. Black privilege to come. And honestly, we need to make that our own shirt, Black Privilege, for Running with Scissors.
Yes. I like that.
Black Privilege and Black and Privileged.
Black and Privileged.
Trademark.
Yes, I see a t-shirt and I
Trademark that real fast for me. Do it for me real fast. For. Like, I need y'all to work on that real fast for me. And then, that way, residuals.
That on the daggone national TV. Well, it's recorded, so if anybody tries to steal the idea, we on you.
We on it.
We got you dated.
Appreciate y'all. Love
All right,
y'all.
sir.
Love you. Be safe.
See.
And then there were two.
And then, Lady D, a lot of us live check to check, and the money is spent before we get it for rent. Now, I get that. That is a lot of people, not just us. That's real talk.
Yeah. I will take that question I asked you guys earlier. If I had a group of people that looked like me or were kind of looking like me, the first thing I would tell them to do is, how about we treat each other like royalty?
Hello.
Because we are so dismissive of our own, the way we think about ourselves, the way we carry ourselves, the way we even approach each other in the streets.
So true.
So how about we just start by treating each other like royalty? I ain't gonna say family, because sometimes people's family be mad crazy. I understand why you don't mess with them.
Listen,
but
hey, now we
in your travels, but in your travels, there's nothing wrong with getting a door for a lady, or you know what I'm saying, or helping somebody put their groceries away or something like that. There's nothing wrong with the basic politeness that comes with just being a human. And you'll be surprised how random acts of kindness and actually being nice to people can simply change their day and their whole outlook. And I have a story, right? I was at this.
Well, I don't know what just happened, but you come back.
Yourself.
Come back. Oh,
I'm back. Yeah. So I was at a coffee shop, and this black guy walked by, and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He was mumbling to himself, and he just said, "Man, fuck you." I'm like, "Bro, I just said hi," and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said something mean to me." I'm like, "No, I just said hello," and he apologized. He was so used to being treated so poorly, he automatically thought I had something mean to say.
It's like,
and it totally changed his day.
Defense all the time. And I hate that for people, just, for us, that we are so defensive. Like, we are ready, like we're on guard all the time because we're so used to certain things happening.
Right. So you'd be surprised just by being a better human, that will change someone's outlook or human condition. Another thing I always do is, I am one that if I see a little one in the street and I feel like they're in trouble, I'll speak to them. Now, I'm not your daddy, but if I see you doing something that I feel like might get you locked up, like, "Hey, youngster, maybe you should go home." Hey, if I see a little kid in the store, he's 50 cents short, you can get that 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? Just that sense of those basic community things can change someone's mind frame.
It can. Because
simple as that.
Everybody just, not doing for you, or just everybody being mean to you, that's what you're going to walk around thinking. So now you, like I said, you're on guard because you're like, they're not going to do anything for me. Because the world is not kind to everyone.
So you may not have money, but there are things and ways you can act and things you can do that don't require money that could change your community in a tremendous way.
Sure. And that's and the privileging each other is not about money either.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, like you said, doing something for each other. I mean, every day we could do something for somebody if we can.
Yeah.
Just to show each other that we all we got. Listen, and we got to come together and unify. Like seriously, it's the time is now. The time is now.
Well, what we're doing is by just being kind to each other, we're actually raising our self-esteem because we actually see these people in ourselves versus saying, I'm glad I'm not like that N-word. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh man, he jacked up. How many times have you said that in your mind? You see some video or you see somebody acting a monkey, you be like, man, I'm glad that ain't me.
Right, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Taking that away, taking the me out of it, and trying to see yourself in the eyes of the people that are afflicted. Because some of us have different levels of things that they go through. I'm lucky to say there's a lot of things that I haven't had to deal with, right. Even being a middle-aged man, black man in America. But that doesn't make my plight any less or more important than anybody else's. And I have to take the me out of it and see everything the way it's supposed to be.
Agreed. Somebody is reading my doorbell. It takes a village to raise children, but the village is so small or non-existent for many.
Indeed.
I totally agree.
Like, simple fact. I seen a kid, he's walking down the street, the trash can right here, he threw the trash right on the ground. I said, bro, like the trash can's right there, big homie. I'm gonna need you to pick that up. He said, put it on. He said, it's right there. I'm like, exactly. I was like, would you want someone to come to your house and drop trash in your bed? Mm-hmm. And I had to, and in that moment, he paused. Whether he ever did it right or wrong, but in that moment, sparked a different idea.
Right.
Oh, somebody calling you.
So entertain the people.
Indeed, go for it. I know one thing. She better not be getting no groceries from Target. We're gonna fight. All jokes aside, though. Let's take it to the people. Anybody got comments? Let's go through a few comments, shall we? Lady D said it still takes a village to raise children, but so many are so small and non-existent. That's why the village we extend the village out, because our villages are all scattered out. That doesn't mean we don't still owe each other better things. Let's see. Something I wanted to mention a little bit earlier: we can't support people and businesses without a discount. We did talk about that a couple weeks ago, and I am a firm believer that the price is the price. And if we can spend money everywhere else, we can give the businesses around us the same luxury. We should not treat our businesses in our village like they're the discount store. We should actually give them the same level of attention and the same amount of money. But I will say this, business is business. So we're not just spending money for poor service, because it goes both ways. If you're going to ask to be treated like the Louis Vuittons of the world, then your business needs to be the same level as those businesses. You can't come to me with a table unwiped or a bad service, or you don't know how to make a latte, but you call yourself a coffee house. So when I come to your business, I should be able to get the same quality of goods and services that I can get anywhere else, because it doesn't work unless that happens. So let's see, what else are people talking about? Oh, I was telling them, welcome back. I was literally telling them, like, look, if we come to your business, it needs to be the same quality as any place else. We're not going to continue to patronize if you don't invest in your business and make it so I feel like I'm everywhere else. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So I should be able to go to your coffee house and get a latte that tastes like a latte. It shouldn't just be like a bunch of milk with a little bit of coffee and you try to figure it out on the fly. You know what I'm saying?
And because that's the complaint from a lot of people, why they don't support small businesses or Black-owned businesses. I'm sorry, I'm out of breath, y'all.
No, it's all good. I was making a joke about you. I was like, man, if they go from Target, we're going to fight.
No, they can because I'm totally messing with them. Complain about quality. They complain about customer service. So, and I know that sometimes if we have to hike our prices up because of the competition.
Indeed.
But the quality needs to be there, so people are willing to want to purchase from you. Now, if they can go and get the same quality for less because your customer service sucks,
right?
Then
Yeah, because if I go to the store and I can go to a general store and buy a white pack of t-shirts for $7, and I come to you and they're 55 and it's the same Hanes t-shirts I can get from anywhere else, unfortunately, I gotta go where my money stretches a little farther. I'm not paying like extra $2-3, but if you're trying to overcharge me for basic goods and services, then we already lost.
That's what I'm saying. The overcharging part. I mean, I will pay for quality and I will pay for good service. And if it happens to be one of ours, I'll support you, even if it costs me a little bit more, because I know that I'm going to get a great product and I'm going to get great service.
Indeed.
If those two don't come with the overcharging, then what are we doing?
What am I paying for?
Yeah, what are we doing? You know,
right? Yeah, I may have saved $5 in gas, but I just got $90 in headaches. No thanks.
Right. So that's why what I've been doing is like, especially with Amazon, I've been looking on Amazon and seeing things, and actually been going to the website and purchasing.
Buying direct. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, I respect it.
From Amazon is, you know, because you get it the next day. So I know sometimes we pay for convenience.
Indeed. I'm a convenience person.
No, I am a convenience person too, but you know, for the cause, I will wait a few extra days. But my thing is, make sure that I'm not waiting 2 weeks.
Yes, if you tell me it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks and I get it 6 months later, I don't want it anymore.
Right. So, you're going to always be in competition when you have a small business, but you have to make sure that you have great quality and you have great customer service, and that, you know, you are be a people person, you know, like I do not like to support. Well, I won't support someone that's mean and nasty and rude.
If you're not a people person, hire somebody that know how to talk to folks. And that is okay.
You know, I've gone to places that just because of the customer service. Oh my God, they made me feel amazing when I walked through the door.
Right.
You know, so we like to feel. We like to feel good. We like for people to make us smile. So when you walk into somewhere, you want to greet them with a smile. Like, I just customer service etiquette 101.
Yeah, but honestly, I feel like no matter where you shop, it's a lost art. So I think it's not this. That's a problem. It's not this exclusive to our community. I just feel like the marketplace has become like the dirty pool water that we all hate. So yeah,
I mean, we're emphasizing small businesses, but there's so much more that comes with you know, with community and unity and unifying. So, you know, it's not just about, but money is a big part of it, though. You know, and money is a big part.
Because so I think
where it hurts.
I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off. Say again.
Oh, you fine? Say you sticking where it hurts. Hey, you're winning.
Right. So,
for sure,
Miss Michelle 1L, tell people how they can find you. We're almost at the hour.
You can find me on Instagram at Michelle_ with the number 1_ ELL on Instagram, and also you can follow my business page. That's Divine Essence Lord _24. Jesus Lord, that doesn't.
Are you sure? I can play the commercial again.
I'm older, you know, my things don't come like they used to. They don't flow.
It's divineessence.us. We see the commercial every week, sister.
My Instagram is, I got some new things coming. Divine Essence Candles 24. Divine Essence Candles 24. And my website is divineessence.us. So go and check me out.
I gotta give her grief. That's like my best sister. I have to give you grief. Just like my other sister. It's just what it is. I'm sorry.
My brain be like, what? Okay, yeah, I'm back.
Yep, I'm RG. You can catch me on Instagram on RGains. Any show topics, anything you want to talk about, I am open to it. Just please be respectful. We are trying to change minds, bodies, and souls, so we don't need the negativity. Even if you don't like the show, I respect your feedback, but let's keep it clean because I respect you the same way. That's how we build community. Also, like Peter said earlier, our website, www.theunitedfrontnetwork.com. We have a resource page where all the things we talk about and all the things we represent, they are on that page. If you want to put your information on the page to help another person, inbox us. We will be happy to add you. at weareunited@myyahoo.com. So hop on there if you have organization, a shop, something like that. Shoot us an email. We have to put it on the resource page, and it will be seen by thousands or millions of people now. And it works.
And go check out our merch. We have merch.
We do.
Represent
and I'm gonna tell you that there's a coffee cup in the works.
There's a coffee cup coming, and we got to get on that black privilege shirt too, because that got to go on there too.
Oh yeah, yes, indeed. Shout out to Ezel for that. That was dope idea.
It's power in numbers, everyone. It's power, and don't you forget it. We can't without each other, because we are all in this together. And that's what we have to get back to.
And I got one more shout before we get out of here. Michelle with 1L, thank you very much. I know she's not going to mention it, but this whole month has been about Black history and Black culture. And it's pretty much because of that lady right there. She has been the chairperson of this whole month, and I do appreciate it because I've learned a lot from your posts, and I enjoy a lot of the content. Even though I give you crap, I do enjoy it, and I'm really appreciative of having you.
I have something I need to post today. I forgot to post it today. I was so busy.
So thank you, Michelle, for enlightening us.
It's Black History 365. I'm just not going to keep it to a month. I'm going to keep it going. Might not be every day. But it's going to be all for the forever and ever.
I respect it.
Because we are not just a month. Black history is forever, and it's important that we know our history. Because I've learned some things. Like there's some things I was like, wow, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
None at all. And I said, wow, it's interesting. We are some powerful people. And the ones that came before us, our ancestors, they paved the way. And sometimes I feel like we're not doing them right. We're not doing them right.
That's okay. We'll work on it. That's why this power is a number.
On it. Absolutely. I mean, we lost Ezel and Penny. We started out with 4 and now there's 2.
That's right. But that's community. See? We step up.
Even though 2 left, we still holding it down.
No doubt.
Power in numbers, but even when numbers get a little low, we still holding it down.
Always. Other than that, sister.
Next week, good people. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace. Wrong one.